Okay. All right, all right. Let's get into our second segment. Let's get into our second segment. Um, we're live on TikTok and we're live on YouTube. For some reason, Facebook and Instagram. It's always something. It's always something. It's all right though. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Segment two. Okay. Let's jump into it. How to use credit cards to your advantage. Reward points, CAD and cash back. All right, using credit cards for rewards without going into debt. All right, how to use credit cards like debit cards for everyday purchases. Secret to earning free travel reward points instead of spending more. Literally just did this. Just booked a hotel in LA using my reward points today. So that's what we like. All right, that's what we like. So how to use credit cards like a debit card for everyday purchases. This is very very simple. Okay, I know we've been taught. All right, we've been taught that. Yeah, we've been taught. There we go. We've been taught to not to stay away from credit cards. All right, to not use our credit cards. And it's not their fault. When a time when they grew up, it wasn't as much. Our parents and grandparents. They didn't have access to as much information as we did, so it's really not their fault. But I understand, the Dave Ramsey types and all those. Right? I understand what they're saying. Right? They're saying don't over leverage yourself. All right, they're saying use your common sense. And that's the number one thing I literally say that 5, 10 times per live, you know, um, every single day. Right? That's what they're talking about. Don't just use your common sense when using these credit cards. All right, meaning if you have a $1,000 credit card, but you got $100 in your bank account, you can't spend $1,000. You don't have it to pay it off. Okay, common sense. I don't care how important the purchase is, whatever it is. Don't do it. Okay, don't do it. You might talk how many sob stories and horror stories I've heard about people doing that. It's never worth it. All right, so we have to use our common sense. But how to use credit cards like a debit card for everyday purchases? Literally, all you do is, all right, connect your debit card to your credit card account, or connect your bank account to your credit card. All right, and that's it. We don't even need to use our debit card. If you even have a Quicksilver card that gets you 1% back, okay, get reward point 1% back. That's better than your debit card. All right, they're paying you to use the card. All right, so that's it's one simple change. All right, so let's say I got my credit card here. Um, use it on everyday stuff that you would use it on the same stuff that you would use it on your debit card, the same purchases, the same groceries, and the same stuff. Right? There's no change. So instead of your debit card, you use your credit card. Right? And then remember we talked about earlier putting it on auto pay. Okay, so your credit card is going to be paid off every month anyway. But now, if you spend $1,000, you're getting a small percentage of that back, right? I think what I like to do, usually I do at the end of the year, I use all my reward points and do something nice or cash them out for cash back or something like that. But now this year I'm gonna do it every quarter because I've been spending a lot more money on ads and business stuff. But you guys, there's no downfall to using your credit card. All right. There's really no positives of using your debit card over your credit card. Like I don't understand. It's a very, very easy concept. All right. The only downfall is if you're trying to use your credit card when you don't have enough money to pay it back. All right. So let's use our common sense. All right. The secret to earning free travel using points instead of spending more. So that's kind of what I was just talking about. The more you use your card, you're racking up reward points. And when you use your reward points to get, flights, hotels, they go a lot they go a lot further, right? So something that would be, $500 cash, you can use your 50K reward points, right? And they give you little bonuses here and there if you spend enough. So it's just overall better, okay, to use your credit cards. Now, I understand that a lot of people don't have the rewards, the credit cards with rewards. All right, some of us, I was there too. I had those subprime cards. I had the credit ones and the first access and milestones and what is it, Avant and all those subprime cards. Even if you do have those cards, that's all right. Okay, those cards got me through a lot of stuff. A little $500 limit, put some gas in the tank, you know. But eventually, you're going to come to a time where you're going to be able to upgrade to a better card, or um, just get better cards in general. All right, get better cards in general. Professor Ogilvy, bro, what's up going on with the CFPB being closed? How does that affect us? Professor, I'll knock that out in a second. I'll knock that out in a second. Let me get done with this second segment, and I'll do some Q&A after this. Okay. Let's go. And so yeah, just using reward points to get your flights, hotels, and all that stuff. And you start racking up reward points on accident. Like you will literally forget. Okay, you literally forget. Like the Discover It card, for the first year, they'll like double your cash back, right? So I remember what 2-3 years ago, I ended up getting double 1,100, so 2,200 bucks or something with Discover It on accident. Okay, so if you're going to be using it, okay, use those credit cards over a debit card. There's really no upside to a debit card. All right. Why paying your bill in full every month keeps you from paying interest? So when you don't pay your card in full, that's how they get you. Okay, that's how they get you on the interest. So you know that myth. I talked about this many times on air too. I talk about this a lot on live. That 30% myth, right? I really think the credit card companies made that up. Okay, leaving 30% utilization on your cards is good. No, it's not. No, it's not. They're earning 30% interest on you. That's crazy, right? Let's get our utilization down to single digits. All right, let's get our utilization down to single digits, meaning between 1 to 9%. That's when you're going to start seeing that growth every month on that credit score. All right, so we do got some good credit cards here for cash back and travel rewards. That if you got Chase, that Chase Freedom is cool, right? They say it's like kind of intro credit card with Chase, but I see, I feel like that's like a middle tier card, honestly. But that Chase Freedom Unlimited, 1.5% cash back on everything. That's a good little deal, right? You're not getting any cash back with your debit card. Okay. City Double Cash, that's like kind of a mid tier card too. It's really good. 2% cash back, 1% when you buy, and 1% when you pay. I bet y'all seen the commercials. I think Kevin Hart is that in that commercial now. He's everywhere, man. Jesus, he is everywhere. So that's two cards for everyday spending. Some cards for travel rewards. That Chase Sapphire Preferred, you get two points back on traveling and dining, and 25% bonus when they're redeemed. All right, so that's a good little card. And my favorite one, American Express Platinum. 5 points back on flights, luxury perks like lounge access. You get a whole bunch of other perks. The only downfall of those Amex cards, especially that Platinum, is that annual fee. I think it's like $699 now, $700 or something like that now. But you get $1,000, $1,200 in statement credits, meaning you get some on Uber, right? You get some like all kind of little stuff that you can use, and those Amex Platinum points, they go real far, right? They're transferable with a lot of places, so that's why I really like Amex, especially on the business side. If you have a business, go ahead and get even that Amex, that blue preferred is still a good card too. So best for groceries and gas spending. Here we go. Amex Blue Cash Preferred. 6% cash back on groceries, 3% on gas. How much do you get on your debit? Zero. Yes, you're right. Zero. All right. Discover It. Gas and restaurants, 5% cash back. Here's why I like the Discover It card. It's sometimes, not more than sometimes, probably 60, 70%. A lot of people who apply for that Discover It, you get pre-approved. And that's a lot of people's first card is that Discover It. But I like it because it has the rotating categories, meaning I remember a couple months ago it was 8% back on Amazon, right? I use Amazon a lot. So 8% back on the business side, a couple thousand, that's some good money right there. So it has the rotating categories. That's why I like that one. All right, let's jump into the 0% APR trap. How banks get you to overspend. All right, so why 0% APR balance transfer offers seem great, but have hidden fees? Okay, so that 0% is for a specific time. It's for a set time, right? It's for a set time. Bella Baby on TikTok. Yeah. So I'll get the questions in a second. Get to the questions in a second. If you want to sign up, yeah, just shoot us a DM wherever you're watching, and we'll make sure to get you right. Okay. But that 0%, so it's usually for a set time. 6 months, 12 months, 18 months. Okay. You have to pay attention to that, okay? Because they're going to send you one email or one little notification saying, "Hey, this is your last month of 0%," right? If you got the card maxed out or a super large balance, they cannot wait for that 0% time limit to be over, right? Because they're gonna get that go from 0%, then it shoots up to 20, 25, 28%, like it shoots up. So we have to be careful when we're using those 0% cards. Yeah, we have to get all the max it out, not max it out, but get all the benefits as we can with that 0%, and then you have to use it as a regular credit card, right? We're paying it off each month and all that good stuff. Okay, so yeah, so if you're using APR, 0% APR credit cards only if you have a plan to pay it off before that time limit expires. All right, so we do got some questions here. My man, Professor Ogilvy over on TikTok said, "What's going on with the CFPB being closed? How does that affect us?" As consumers, affect us a little bit because the CFPB, they were, on the front line fighting for us. Had a lot of cases going on, and they were suing a lot of people. But if you go back and watch my videos from last year, like June, starting June last year, I did say I felt like they had a lot of things going on. They had too many cases going on, and I was like, man, I feel like they're stretched thin. And once Trump got in, he changed all that stuff up, fired the CEO or the person that was in charge, got his other guy in there. There's a lot of stuff going on with the CFPB. But as I said earlier, real credit repair, real credit management companies that know what they're doing. We hardly even use the CFPB. It doesn't affect us if you're with our company, but it's going to affect a lot of those people who are those CFPB warriors that were just using CFPB to do all their dirty work. That is out the window. All right, that is out the window. We do one more. How many credit cards should a person have? That depends on your level, like where you're starting at. If you're a beginner, you only need a couple revolving accounts. Revolving accounts are secured or credit card or unsecured cards, and a couple installment accounts. Right, installment accounts would be easy accounts like Kovo, Self Lender, Credit Strong, or they can also be personal loans, pledge loans. That's like a secured loan. So any type of loan is an installment account. So when you're just getting started, you just need a couple accounts, 4 or 5 open accounts, and you're good to go. If you need some easy accounts, if you're a beginner, or if you're bouncing back from a divorce or bankruptcy or something, you need to build that profile back up. You can text the word starter, okay? Starter, 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 to 844-689-0199. That's our main customer. That's our main business number. Text that word over. You'll receive a message with a Google Doc link, and it's free. You don't have to give me your name or email or anything. Open that up. The first page has the accounts. The second page has the steps. It's a really, really good resource. That's also in the school community for you guys too. All right. Then we got to jump right into our segment 3. All right, let's jump right into our segment 3. The real reason why people stay broke. The real reason why. All right, besides inflation and the economy and all that stuff. But the real reason why people stay broke, right? Living paycheck to paycheck, even with a good salary, lifestyle inflation. All right, lifestyle inflation keeps people broke despite of raises. Meaning, as you get older, right, you should be getting promotions and stuff like that. So you start at 40K a year, get a promotion, 60K a year, 80K a year, you move your way up. What happens is when we go from 40 to 80, so does our lifestyle, right? Instead of going to Costco, getting all our meals, now we're door dashing, okay? Each step, okay, more luxuries come, right? But you can't outrun, the inflation over the last 50 years. It's actually insane. I got to talk about that next week, but it's actually insane to keep up with that. So it's literally lifestyle inflation, right? We have to keep our expenses down. Have to keep your expenses low, even when you're getting those raises and earning more money, more income, and all that. Have to keep our expenses down, you guys. All right. The power of paying yourself first before bills and expenses, meaning, let's say you get 5K a month, right? Instead of just going straight into our bills and stuff, pay yourself, meaning pay yourself a little 250, a little 300, put that in an account. You can do that automatically. All my stuff's automatically taken out of my check and put into separate accounts because if I see the money, it's eligible to get spent. All right. So I'm just like y'all. All right. But you have to do what's good for your future self. Right. Trick yourself. Set something up for your future self, meaning a little 2% gets taken out, put into account. Right. And to the two accounts that I have that are set up for that, I don't even have a debit card for those, right? So that money goes into there. I honestly do not know how much money is in there right now. I've only been doing it for 2 years, but there should be a nice little piece of change in there, right? So pay yourself before paying your bills. There's actually a book, Profit First is a really good book. You guys check that out too. The car note problem. All right, car note problem. Why auto loans default or rising? So we're still going over why people are staying broke, right? Urban people stay broke. That money has this car note problem issue is insane. It's insane. The average car payment now, I can't believe these numbers. The average car payment is 700. $7 for a car payment. Not even insurance. I never do nothing. $1,000 for a car. Yeah, that is insanely. Yeah, so there's no reason I can pay the car off. There's no reason to go get a brand new, especially this tax time. Right? Keep the Toyota Camry, keep the 2014 Ford Focus, keep it. Instead of the car, don't get the one we trying to impress. Okay? We're trying to impress. So, that's just a couple of reasons why we're staying broke. Car payments, inflation, lifestyle inflation, just trying to hurt people that really talk about it. We gotta stop doing that. I'm actually doing that too. I do it from time to time, but as long as you're aware of it, self-aware, you can put a stop to it. Alright, you can definitely put a stop to it. I do want to do one hot topic. I got time for one hot topic. That's not one hot topic. Okay. Yeah, what we do one is how they are using AI to recruit and run their cars. Hey, I know AI to consumers is new, right? It is not new to corporations. And we've had some sort of AI for a long time. We're even serious. It's a type of AI. So they've had AI for a long time. So that's why when you go online and apply for something, that's why you get a response back. Hey, you approved this credit card in maybe 6 seconds. Right? You're not a person on the side of that. AI can test everything, and has it set parameters and stuff like that, and approve your design. Real simple. So they've been doing that for a long, long time. That's why I kind of encourage people now to start getting credit unions and we need to start going back in to the actual physical branches and applying for stuff. Really writing stuff down because, these are still people. Okay, these are still people. Underwriters are still people. Right? So if we can, tell them what's going on, get a reconsideration if we get denied or stuff like that, that's just it's a better situation than just going online and applying because the AI, it won't catch it. Alright? It won't catch it. Let me see what's going on here. AI. Say how to beat it. So you beat AI eventually and by having a good credit profile. That's really how you beat it. Right? And it's really smart. So if your car was maxed out for 6 months, so you're paying the minimum for 6 months, you got a high utilization, you're using 19,000 out of 20,000 on your credit card, you got like that for, 6 months or to a year, and then you pay it down and try to apply for something and you get denied. It's going to say that the utilization is too high and you're risky borrower because your balance has to be too high for too long. So you got to be careful with that. So only way the trick is to be responsible, use your common sense, and build those profiles up. Okay? Let's build those profiles up. Let me see. Where we at? Let me do one more question on here. One more question. Yeah, the IRS. Yeah, the shoes again. We're trying to buy land. Are the gold stimulus checks real? I mean, no. The $5,000 gold checks. guys go to work over there. All right, a little technical first. Y'all see what I'm doing, a little technical. All right. With the way it's playing out, they may actually send those 5K checks today. Might be a little bit more. Okay. We'll see. Right, we'll see. But I hope hopefully we do. All right, so let's takeaways. Went over a couple different topics, a couple different segments. And if you guys want to see this replay, this is on all podcasts. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all those. If you want to catch one of my lives, just go to any social media platform at King Credit Services. We have a free consultation. Go to kingcreditservices.com and just shoot us a message on any social media. And our number is at 844-689-0199. And this was another good show. All right, another good show. Again, San Diego, Young Answer. I'm here every Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. Here at The Answer. Again, if you guys get a free consultation, go away to kingcreditservices.com. I appreciate you guys listening. All viewers, y'all stay on. We got more stuff to talk about. But everybody else, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see y'all